Hi, I'm Eileen, and I'm from the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. I went to the Pennsylvania State University for undergraduate. And prior to coming to Crimson, I worked in undergraduate admissions at a few different schools for about 10 years. When I joined Crimson, I started as a U.S. strategist, which is what I'm doing now, working with students to really help build their profile as they prepare to apply to college. Before Crimson, I had the chance to work in 3 different schools, the Catholic University of America, St. Joseph's University, and the University of Pennsylvania. My role really encompassed a lot of different areas as high school students were preparing to find their schools to apply to, and I helped students kind of learn about the schools. So what was it like to be a student there? What was expected of a strong applicant? So I would connect with families, give presentations about the school, some of the highlights, some of the things that parents really wondered about what their child would experience there. I got to interview students and really answer their questions on a one-on-one basis, and of course reviewing applications was the biggest piece of my job. I would read through their applications to really determine if they were a good fit for the school, and then I got to see in my years what made a strong applicant and what was a weak applicant. So I was able to do that at those schools, and then bringing my experience to Crimson, I work as a strategist to really use what I learned in that role as an admissions officer to share that. And I'm on the other side of the admissions desk now, so I get to share my experience. I know what makes a strong applicant, so I get to share that with students who are really trying to build their profile as they apply to their dream school. I got into admissions kind of randomly. I had such a great experience at my school at Penn State, and when I graduated, I realized I missed that energy on campus. I missed being with students. So I just looked around for a job that would allow me to be back on a college campus. I found an admissions officer job at the Catholic University of America, and they hired me with next to no experience, but I grew in my role, was able to connect with students, loved the energy of being on campus with students. They were excited every day. They came into our office, we had intern students, and they just shared all that was great about the school, and it just made me feel happy coming to work every day. So being able to connect with students each day in admissions was great, and now that I'm at Crimson, I love being able to work with students from all around the world. That's one of the highlights of my job, is connecting with and learning from students who are in different places in their lives, starting early, and really, again, their dedication to applying to college and really achieving their dream is what's most exciting about my job now. As an admissions officer, I would scan through these applications and look at the different pieces that the student was presenting. That was anything from their extracurricular activities to their essay work, which really gave us a story and a picture into who they were on a deeper level. Looking at letters of recommendation from teachers and counselors who really knew them best. So I really got to get a full picture of what the student was like. And I was able to assess whether that student was a fit for the university. Now that I'm at Crimson, it's unique in that I can share that experience, and I know what makes a strong candidate. And I like to be able to share that with students. Being as authentic as possible is one of the most critical pieces that I think I'd like to impress upon students. So I get to share that in my job now. So as a strategist, I connect with a student who's assigned to me, and I reach out to the student to really just schedule a meeting just to learn more about him or her and get a sense of what I can do to support them in their process of applying to college. So I'll connect with the student through regular meetings that we arrange and really learn about the student's interests, goals. I really try to dig pretty deep into what they're actually interested in. I have a background in journalism, so I love asking questions and really trying to assess what they're looking for, not what they think they should be doing. And that's one of the most enjoyable pieces of my job. It's what they initially thought kind of evolves, and it's a process, and I love starting that process with students early because they learn more about who they are as we work together. The team that I'm on is wonderful at Crimson, so we'll have an extracurricular and leadership mentor, an application mentor, and those people help with different pieces of the application and really building up a student's extracurricular profile, walking them through, if they have an idea for a project that we brainstorm in a meeting, the ECL extracurricular mentor will walk them through how to get that done. The application mentor will really help with the application essays and really developing them along the process. And then the student success manager is kind of like a team lead who kind of facilitates the relationship between the parents, me as the strategist, and the student, and making sure that everything that the student is expecting at Crimson actually happens. One of the students I'm working with now is in South Africa, and she is a huge supporter of teen health, so she's really trying to support her peers throughout the world. She's started an Instagram account that has 15,000 plus followers in under a year, and she really wants to expand this. She feels that it's something that teens need, and knowing that they're not alone and that there are people to support them and listen to them in different parts that they're struggling in their lives. So my manager actually connected me with somebody on a totally different team in Thailand who's working on something similar, but she thought that maybe they could team up and really expand the project to support people on a more global scale. So I'm excited to see where this goes. It's already got a solid footing, but I think that these two students teaming up could make it a lot grander in scale and reaching a lot more teens. First of all, it's incredibly important to start this process early. The rushed applications are really the hardest ones that I have to work with because there's really not much time to dedicate to refining the application and really making it strong. So starting early is really the most important piece. And really just thinking about and reflecting, what are you interested in? And again, that'll change and evolve over time, which is just kind of an organic process that I like being a part of. So as a freshman, just explore, try different activities, get involved in things that you think you have no interest in, you might be surprised. So just trying things out early, and really as you grow in 10th grade and 11th grade, really grow into a leader. Find opportunities where you can show your strengths and lead a team of people. I think that's really important. It's a highlight in the application, so I think it's important to start that early and find areas where you can really grow and expand your role. So if you're considering Crimson, I really encourage you to just take a look at all the resources that are available. There are teams of people here to support your son or daughter along this process. It is complex. Admissions is complicated. It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, but there are so many resources to support your child through this process. So I would just say, take a look at what we have and know that there's a team behind your son or daughter to really help them achieve what they're looking to achieve. And again, assess your son or daughter's level of dedication. It takes a lot of work. It's not something that just happens. Can't flip a switch and just say you're your dream school. So if you're willing to commit, we're willing to commit, and we're here the whole way. And if you want to learn more about Crimson, click below.